What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Sock, man. We finna get into this video. This is a trailer of Dead Space Remastered, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know too much about this game. Don't flame me in the comments because I never played this game before. A lot of people told me it's a very good game. It's highly requested me to play it on my channel. They said it makes sense to play it on my channel. And I have to wait till the remaster come out because I was going to buy it on the 360 and clearly, you know, Xbox got backwards compatible games, but now since they remastered this, it makes perfect sense, and it's the perfect time for me to go ahead and get this and drop content. And y'all see me playing it sooner or later when it's come out. They didn't drop a release date or none of that. And this is the big news. EA was talking about releasing of some type of old game or franchise they made, and I didn't even know EA made this. But if y'all see this, EA, any people, y'all see this, Brain, NFL Street, Def Jam, NBA Street, and Fight Night Champion in live. Bring those games back. That could have been a bigger reveal in my opinion. But I'm not saying this game is not big. Like I said, they said it's a good game. But not to talk y'all to death, make sure y'all hit that like and that subscribe. And share this video and comment our feedback. But let's get into the video. Sound like a dungeon, man. Somebody was telling me too, is like, I play Alien Isolation, I'm still playing that and beating that. This dude look like Alien Isolation in a certain sense. Somebody did tell me too. Like it gives a certain same vibe and all that. See, I haven't played this, bro. I haven't played this at all. Okay. It looks good. It looks really good with the remaster. Like, yeah, I could tell I'm having a lot of good fun with this. But let's just talk about and rewind that back and see this. The graphics look good. I just had to say it. We just had to react to that and just speak my opinion. The graphics look good. I'm gonna give it that. You know what I'm saying? The question is, when this game come out? I wonder when this come out. I hope it don't come out in 2021. I got too many games already that, like I said, this is month, and it's like literally a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? So this will be pre-ordered day one. I think I'm gonna pre-order this day one. Play it. Think about me, like I said. It's gonna be hard to balance all these games, but this, looking at the graphics and cut off the, okay, it said cut off the limbs. Okay, yeah, somebody was telling me that about that. He said you gotta cut off the limbs of how the game go. But that's what you seen. But we finna go ahead and react to this part. They about to talk about the breakdown and how they made it and all that type of stuff. Cause I don't think there's nothing new. Somebody told me play the origin story, and I was just like,
is back with
what is the difference
the 2008
if this is the first one?
Production. And while the series has remained dormant for years, the developers at EA Motive are hoping to bring the nightmares of Isaac's journey aboard the Ishimura back to life, using the latest console technology to create a stunning new take on the adventure. Ahead of its reveal, IGN spoke to two leads on the project about why the team chose to remake the original, how they're staying faithful to that visceral classic while injecting some new life into it, and the team's unique approach to involving fans in the game's development.
Dude, this game got anything we do online?
The foundation on which we're starting is that we are rebuilding completely the game, but in Frostbite, in the new engine. So the original game was made in a really old engine. So we have all the original assets. So for example, as level design, the foundation currently of the game on which now we're iterating.
They say
we started with the original level design collision.
They say the third one wasn't good.
The original Dead Space. And what's funny in that actually
what the fuck?
is that you can see also some of the iterations
this is
that
what I'm
were
talking
made
about.
prior to ship by the team. Like in the first chapter, you can see some corridors that they wanted to do first in a certain way, and then you can understand why they changed it for technical constraint or other things.
Look at that! What the hell?
We also have that type of history in the data that is really interesting. But
that
then,
look like
in terms of
it's a movie
visual,
I'm trying to think about.
sound, gameplay,
like
everything,
off a movie.
we are rebuilding all of those assets. We are not porting them. It's not appraising the texture or adding more faces, more polygons to the model. It's really rebuilding all those elements, shooting all the animations, etc. And then there are a couple of elements on which we want to iterate and try to add improvements to it. Whether it's on the horror, on the immersion, or even on the gameplay, there are elements that we don't want to change this experience.
I see I can enjoy this.
We
definitely
really want to stay true to that
with
experience,
the
and
next
that's
gen
why
experience.
we've started to work with some passionate people in the community to make sure that we still nail that experience, that it's Dead Space.
Sit there and let your homies die like that.
Got it! Isaac, get the hell out of there!
But then with stuff like with the really fast SSDs that we have currently with the new generation, okay, that's probably really interesting things that we can do in terms of creating a more immersive Ishimura, or other elements like, for example, taking inspiration in what comes after what they did, let's say on Dead Space 2 with the zero gravity and how you move around in zero gravity compared to Dead Space 1. That's definitely something that is really interesting to us, and that we're playing with, and that's how we are approaching changes to the original, is through the lens of those improvements we want to make.
Well, clearly, next generations of console.
I just said, I knew they was gonna add some new stuff. It could have, I could have seen that happening.
Volumetric effects, or
that's
even
why
fluid
bro
simulation
told me to
for
play
these
the original
effects.
one.
3D audio.
He probably knew they was gonna change some stuff
understanding where the sound comes from, having the right propagation in the corridors, making it come from the vents above you or behind you. These are all things that we'll be able to expand on to increase, again, on the level of immersion and make sure that, like Roman said, the Ishimura is alive. It's dying, but it's still alive, and it has a voice. And throughout your journey over the chapters of the game, you hear it progress.
Okay.
And that's the type of evolution that we want to make sure that the players notice when they play the game.
Fuck? Oh yeah, this is one of those. I ain't gonna lie.
One thing for me that is really iconic of Dead Space.
I hear you, D-Lo. I hear you, Chris, man.
At least at the beginning of the game, when they're playing a little bit with your senses.
You gonna see what this is for, man.
That is concerned. And that's pretty creepy and scary in the game. That now imagine with the current 3D audio technologies, how you will be constantly like, what the? It's that.
Oh damn! What the? Oh yeah. You know how I feel about these type of games.
I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything.
Everything that you're gonna see in the world, every UI element, every HUD, everything is diegetic, and it's presented from the perspective of Isaac. We want to make that immersion even deeper with a fully uninterrupted experience from the start screen to the end credits. We don't want anything to pull you out of the experience, and we don't want any cut. And so that's something that we're using, like when I was speaking about faster SSDs and those kind of things. There's not gonna be any loading. There's not gonna be any moment where we're gonna cut your experience, where we're gonna cut your camera. You can play it from the start screen to the end credits seamlessly.
As an objective that we gave early on to everyone, what we're trying to achieve is a level of immersion where you never want to put your controller down.
This next gen.
Dead Space is not a 60, 100-hour game.
The next gen stuff, man. It does.
Ideal scenario,
really
you don't actually want to get up to go
like,
to the bathroom because you're so immersed
better than
the
Xbox One, PlayStation 4. I know
and
that.
you want to play it through in one sit down.
For us, what is important, the foundation is the
that's beautiful that
Space
bringing
One
these
story.
games back. That makes a lot of sense.
By default,
like I said, EA, make sure y'all drop them other games y'all got. Y'all got some real classics,
there
man.
are
I don't
some
know why y'all won't drop
improvements
them things.
that we want to make to that story, and not necessarily improvements because those things were not really working in the original. More improvements because of what came after, and we're like, oh man, that's interesting if we could be referencing that, or if we could make a link to that doesn't feel like they tried to retrofit it afterward.
So we're doing it from a narrative standpoint, but we're also looking at it from a feature standpoint and the improvements and some of the content that evolved throughout the franchise. So we're looking at what can be taken and like re-injected within the first game from a feature standpoint. We're also learning from mistakes such as microtransactions, which we will not have, for instance, in our game.
On the combat, well, of course, with the new technologies that we have, we will make the dismemberment evolve a little bit, not only to make it more gory, but maybe to have some kind of evolved mechanics around it. But does it still feel like Dead Space? Does the combat feel tense like Dead Space? Do you still feel like every round counts?
This game looks good, bro. Yeah, I gotta play this.
Game, this kind of thing.
I see why y'all want me to play it. And I can.
For us, we don't want to be in siloed and create our own bubble of the game.
I can see why y'all want me to play this, man.
So
I wonder if the story is
the
good.
Conception, we've linked.
Let me know. Tell me if the story is good too.
To create a community council to be some sort of sounding board for what we were making sure that if we're deciding to make a change,
there's a whole bunch of shit you can do in this game.
And get told if, like, no, what are you doing? What are you thinking? You're actually breaking the game. Why are you changing this? And we've received some extremely valid feedback from that group. We're trying to meet with them on a every 2-3 weeks basis to show them content and have that ongoing discussion. And they've had access, unfiltered access. I'm glad I didn't watch nobody
play this either, so I'm gonna get a good experience and a reaction from this.
In production, which is, I think something that was never done at EA was making some people uncomfortable at first, making us uncomfortable. But that's proven extremely valuable.
Put this online too.
I think that
might as well. Shit, this looks like something could be like 3 characters.
A lot of people consider it a cult classic. I surely do.
Surviving story mode.
Remaking it, we can't break it. So we need to make sure that we have that conscious that works with us, that gives us those cues when we're playing with something and like, oh, you know what? Maybe be careful about this for XYZ reason.
You can't stand in the way of God's plan, the natural order.
What's really cool, it's first you discover things that otherwise you might have discovered reading Reddit 2 weeks after launching the game, and you're like, oh man, I wish I knew that. So that's super useful, but also it's really energizing for the team and for the people and even for us, because when you show something and you get feedback and good reactions on what you're doing, it gives you that energy to go like, man, okay, that's cool. Let's keep pushing that.
Thank y'all for bringing this. Yeah, stay true.
What we're remaking, we're remaking.
Thank y'all for bringing this back. I ain't gonna lie,
and
but
that's
like I said,
that's really important for us. That's also why we're working.
This remastered
on this one.
So much of the
and NFL Street,
Dead Space was on the highs and lows.
NBA Street Volume 2,
managing that curve of tension, managing
Need for Speed.
Like I'm not sure I want to turn that corner because I
Fight
don't
Night
know
Champion.
what's going to
Just
happen.
Make a new
And those
one.
surprises.
So
that's something
in
that,
live,
as a message to the team and a focus for our group, is essential. Making sure that we get the right pacing to avoid going too much in a direction of action and get that scavenger loop and that slow pace. I need to make sure that every bullet counts when I play.
I've always been a fan of that genre, and I'm also a big fan of sci-fi. And that's why I really loved Dead Space. It's because it adds that unique
See,
mix
I haven't played
of
this.
sci-fi, horror, gore, etc. And I was like really
I can
excited
tell
to
dude
it.
he really likes it.
And I've
Everybody
never had
who
before
played it, they
the
say they
opportunity
liked it
to
a
work
lot.
on a survival horror game.
Am I tripping? Should I binge? Should I
When
play
I had
this?
the discussion with the people at Motive, they
Like I
had me
said,
with two
just
words,
put in the
Dead Space, and I
comments,
was
bro.
like, yes,
I'm gonna respond,
stop.
bro.
You can stop here. I mean,
Put me on.
whatever.
Let me know something.
I want to be there.
It's really kind of a love letter to fans that we want to write with this game, and we're part of those fans. So the passion that we have in making it, I hope it translates into the results of what we're seeing now and all the things that we'll be showing in the future.
It looks good. See, when you look at that, that looks good, bro.
There's
X-Gen is
plenty
crazy
more to
as
learn
hell.
about the Dead Space remake, so be sure to head over to IGN for even more from Phil and Roman on the remake's creation, and be sure to check out the full revealed trailer. And for everything else happening aboard the Ishimura, you're already in the right place.
That's it. That's the video,
IGN.
y'all. Now, I just react to it. That's what y'all got. Tell me something about this game that I don't know. Put me on game. Tell me something. I don't know too much about this game. You know what I'm saying? And I will respond back, feedback to you. You know what I'm saying? And it looks good. I don't know what too much to say because I haven't played it. I need to play it. And probably my perspective would change after I play it. You know what I'm saying? Because I give games grades, all types of stuff after I play the story mode and all that. But I ain't gonna keep y'all. That's all we needed it. Y'all got what y'all seen. You know what I'm saying? People who's a fan of this, like I said, let me know what's up with this game. Do you think I really should play this, or do you think I should really get it? You know what I'm saying? But we gonna call this thing a day. I'm finna get out of here. Hit that like. Hold on. See that? Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. And share this video. And we out this thing. Y'all be easy. Stay blessed. And I'm out.